All right, today we're diving into a report that breaks down a massive shift in how software actually gets made. This is a revolution that's happening right now, and it's going to impact anyone who builds or even just uses technology. For decades, building software meant one thing: meticulously writing code line by line. But that's not the future. A whole new paradigm is taking over, one that's way less about just producing code and a lot more about being creative and collaborative. And this new way of working, it's got a name: vibe coding. The best way to think about it is this: you're not the bricklayer anymore. You're the architect. You just describe the vision, the goal, the vibe, and you've got this powerful AI copilot that does all the heavy lifting, generating the code and even fixing the bugs along the way. Whoa, not so fast. The real question isn't about replacing people. It's about how we can empower them with these insane new abilities. So let's explore what this revolution really means, and, more importantly, which of these new tools out there actually deliver on this incredible promise. Okay, so with all the hype out there, how do you figure out what's real? Well, this report we're looking at evaluated 14 of the top platforms, but it didn't just list a bunch of features. Nope. It judged them against a really specific set of criteria, the stuff that actually matters when you want to build a real product. And here they are. These are the four key things they looked at. It's not just about, how smart is the AI? The real questions are: can I build a whole app? Can I get it online? And hey, can I actually make money from it without spending a fortune up front? That, right there, is the ultimate real-world test. And boom, here's the result: a huge comparison of all 14 platforms. Now, this is a lot to take in, so don't feel like you need to memorize it, because once you look a little closer, a really clear pattern starts to emerge that kind of simplifies the whole thing. So it turns out all 14 of those tools, they basically fall into two distinct camps, two totally different philosophies. And figuring out which path you want to go down is the first and honestly the most important choice you're going to make on this whole vibe coding journey. And this is the big choice you have to make right at the start. On one side, you've got these integrated cloud platforms. They're the all-in-one ecosystems that handle literally everything for you. On the other side, you've got AI-native IDEs. Think of an IDE as like a super-powered text editor for code. These tools jam AI right into it, giving you absolute control. So, do you want a self-contained workshop, or do you want the world's smartest power tool? All right, let's get to the good stuff, the part you're probably waiting for: finding the perfect tool for you. We're going to break down the top recommendations from the report based on three completely different types of builders. Okay, first up, the full stack entrepreneur. This is you if your goal is simple: build it, launch it, and make some money from it fast. For this type of person, the report points to three clear winners. And the number one pick, the top dog, is Replit. Why? Because it's pretty much the most complete business in a box you can get on a free tier. It's a full stack IDE in the cloud, it hosts your app, and its AI is so good you can just ask it to do complicated stuff like set up Stripe payments or user logins, and it just does it. Right on its heels, though, is Bolt.new. Its biggest strength is just raw speed and a ridiculously generous free tier. We're talking a massive 1 million tokens a month. That makes it unbeatable for just banging out prototypes and trying new ideas without ever worrying about hitting some kind of AI paywall. And, of course, what if you're building something that you hope will just explode? Something that needs to scale big time, right from the start. Well, for that, the combo of Google AI Studio and Firebase is pretty much unmatched. It gives you the most powerful and reliable free infrastructure for building a truly enterprise-ready app. Okay, let's switch gears. What about the seasoned developers out there? The folks who want total control, who like to work on their own machines, and who really just want an AI to make their existing workflow even better, not replace it. For this kind of developer, the report is crystal clear. Cursor is the one. It's the ultimate choice. It's actually built on top of VS Code, which tons of pros already use, but it injects this world-class AI brain right into the editor. It's amazing at deep, complex stuff like refactoring code, and its integration with GitHub is perfect. But there's another really strong contender here called Windsurf. This is a slick, modern IDE where the AI feels like a true partner. It doesn't just suggest code for you. No, it actively manages files, it runs tests, it takes on entire tasks all by itself. It really is a true agentic experience. Okay, so we've talked about entrepreneurs and pro developers, but this whole revolution isn't just for them. What if you're just starting out? Or what if you don't code at all?
Well, the report highlights two fantastic ways for pretty much anyone to get started.
Well, the best place to start is probably with a tool you're already playing with, a chat assistant like ChatGPT or Gemini. With absolutely zero setup, they're perfect for learning programming concepts, getting code explained to you, and just generating quick little snippets for simple tasks. For learning the ropes, the value you get for free is just unbeatable.
And if you want to experience pure vibe coding, like really just talking an app into existence without seeing a single line of code, then you have to check out Lovable. This platform lets you design an entire user interface and build a backend almost entirely through natural language. You just describe what you want, and it builds it. It's wild.
So, we've looked at all these tools, all these different types of builders. What's the big takeaway here? What's the final verdict from this whole analysis?
Look, those AI-powered code editors, they are amazing. They're fantastic tools. But the report's conclusion is really, really clear. If your actual goal is to launch a real application that can make money, the integrated cloud platforms are hands down the better choice. Tools like Replit, Bolt.new, and Firebase, they don't just handle the code, they handle the entire product lifecycle, from that first idea all the way to launch and beyond.
And that leaves us with one final, pretty mind-bending thought. The role of a developer is changing. It's shifting from being a lone coder to being more of a creative director. You now have an infinitely patient, unbelievably skilled AI co-founder right at your fingertips. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build together?